Losing a spouse is often described as one of life's greatest emotional challenges. It's not just the physical absence, it's the silence, the empty spaces, the loss of a daily companion, a partner who shared everything with you, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Suddenly, there's a void, and it can feel unbearable, like the world has shifted beneath your feet. But let me tell you something, friend. You're still here. Yes, the grief is real, and yes, it's incredibly hard. But your story is far from over. It's just taking a different shape now. Today, I want to share 3 gentle warnings that will help guide you through this new chapter of your life. These are not rules or strict guidelines. They're just things to remember, grounded in experience and wisdom from those who have walked this road before you. Each of these insights comes from the heart, and they aim to help you move forward, step by step, without feeling rushed or pressured. Whether you're at the start of your journey or have been living without your spouse for some time, these words are here to offer comfort and clarity. It's okay to feel lost and uncertain. It's all part of the process. But the most important thing is that you don't have to do it alone. Together, we'll explore these gentle warnings so you can move forward at your own pace. One of the most common traps people fall into after the loss of a spouse is rushing into major life decisions. It's completely understandable. Everything feels turned upside down, and it can be tempting to fix things quickly by making drastic changes, whether that means selling your house, moving to a new location, or even rethinking your financial plans. But here's the key to remember: don't rush. It's easy to feel like you need to make these big changes immediately, as if doing so will somehow make things better or help you forget the pain. But trust me, time is your ally in this process. When we make decisions from a place of raw emotion, they may not always turn out as we hoped. Take Irene's experience, for example. After her husband Frank passed away, she felt the urge to downsize their home right away. She thought it would help her feel better, more independent. But months later, after settling into her new, smaller apartment, Irene realized that she deeply missed the home they had built together. The house, despite its emptiness, had held so many memories, and in trying to move forward too quickly, she had lost that connection. What Irene learned, and what I want you to keep in mind, is that it's okay to take time with these decisions. Whether it's where you live or how you spend your money, these things can wait. There's no need to make changes out of pressure. Take the time you need to process, and when you're ready, the right choices will come to you. Grief has a way of taking over not just your mind, but your body too. It's easy to fall into the trap of neglecting your own well-being when you're grieving. You might stop eating properly, skip meals, or even avoid exercise because the emotional weight feels too heavy to bear. But here's the truth: your health is more important than ever right now. Let me share Paul's story. After losing his wife, Janet, Paul focused all his energy on staying strong for his children and grandchildren. He felt like he needed to be there for them, that he couldn't show weakness. But in the process, he stopped taking care of himself. His eating habits slipped, he wasn't sleeping well, and his energy levels dropped. It wasn't until his doctor stepped in and reminded him that he couldn't pour from an empty cup that Paul began to take his own health seriously again. I know it's hard. It's easy to put yourself last when you're grieving, but your body needs you now more than ever. Taking care of your health will help you heal emotionally and give you the strength to move through each day. Small things like eating nourishing meals, getting regular exercise, even if it's just a gentle walk, can make all the difference. Remember, you are worth taking care of. After losing a spouse, it's natural to want to retreat into yourself. The loneliness can feel suffocating, especially when the house is quiet and you're left with your thoughts. You might feel like no one truly understands what you're going through. You might think that isolating yourself is the best way to cope with the grief. But here's the thing. You don't have to do this alone. While it might feel easier to stay to yourself, isolation can often make things harder. You might think you're protecting yourself by withdrawing, but in reality, you're only prolonging your pain. Let's look at Alice. After the loss of her husband, she felt the sting of loneliness acutely. She stayed home most days, feeling like nobody could truly understand her grief. But then, her son encouraged her to join a local support group for people who had lost their spouses. Initially, Alice was resistant. She didn't want to talk to strangers about her personal pain, but after attending a few meetings, she realized how much comfort there was in connecting with others who had walked similar paths. They didn't have all the answers, but they understood her sorrow in a way no one else could. Reaching out for support isn't a sign of weakness, it's a healthy, healing step forward. Whether it's friends, family, or a grief support group, don't hesitate to lean on those who care about you. You're not alone in this. Grief can feel like a heavy weight, and there's no denying that it will take time to adjust. But I want you to know this: you are still here. Your story isn't over. The life you've shared with your spouse will always remain a beautiful part of who you are, but that doesn't mean you can't create new chapters. These 3 warnings: don't rush into decisions, don't ignore your health, and don't isolate yourself, are just small reminders to help you stay grounded as you move through this difficult time. Be kind to yourself. There's no right way to grieve, and there's no timeline for when you should feel better. Every day is a step forward, even if it's a small one. If you're feeling overwhelmed, I encourage you to share your story in the comments. We're here to support each other, to offer encouragement, and to remind one another that it's okay to take things one day at a time. Subscribe to Elder Insight if you haven't already, and let's continue walking this journey together. You may be grieving, but you are still remarkable. Your strength, wisdom, and resilience are what define you, not your loss. You're not unwise. You're learning how to navigate this new season of life